Good afternoon and welcome to Champions Poker Live from Champions Club in Houston, Texas. Today it is the final table of Event 1, the Monster Stack. From a field of 132 players, we're down to the final 9. This is Dan Fouts coming to you live with Min Win. How's it going today, Min?
Great, Dan. I'm excited to see this final table.
Yeah, super great lineup that we've got here. We've got some of our regulars that you've seen on some of our other final tables. We've got some people who traveled from Dallas, some good friends of ours. We've got people from all over the place. And we're down to the final 9, and here they are.
Great kickoff, too, man. We had 44,000 in the prize pool, right, or 43?
Yeah,
really
over 42,000,
yeah.
Over 12,000 for first place today. So not too bad for a $400 tournament. These guys have a chance to make some real money today. It's pretty exciting. And you can see the payouts right there. Big difference between 9th and 1st. So these guys are definitely gunning for that top spot. $12,290.
And it's a great structure. It looks like the short stack's got 17 bigs, so plenty of play.
Definitely.
Sitting C1 is one of my favorite people on earth. Is Jim Coyle.
Yeah, great friend to all of us.
Jim and Dory here from Dallas.
Yep. Seat number 2 is our chip leader, Dennis. And then in 3, we have Lance Moto in the 4 seat.
Roman in the 5 seat. Definitely a stream regular.
Yeah, he makes a lot of the final tables in our events. Seat 6 is G. Webster. 7 is Stone Buddha. And we got Chago in the 8 seat. He's another familiar face. We see him a lot on our streams. And the short stack coming in on the 9 seat is Richard, but as you said, even the shortest stack right now has 17 big blinds, so plenty of poker to be played.
And Richard just won our Saturday tournament last Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's coming off some good momentum.
Well, let's get this started. Hand number 1 of the final table. It's going to fold around here to Dennis in the cutoff, and he's going to make a move with 10-6.
It's a chip leader move right there.
Definitely want to keep that aggression up when you've got all the chips, especially when it folds around to you in good position here. But looks like Remy is going to wake up with a real hand in the big blind, pocket queens, and he's stacking out a raise here. Appears to be 100,000.
Yep, you should be able to just pick this up right here. Not too bad.
Yeah, Dennis is doing what he's supposed to be doing there. Keep the aggression up, but also get out of the way. You don't want to give chips to, especially a dangerous player like Remy.
And Remy's got position on him, so
yeah,
he doesn't want to. You don't want to pass too many big chips to your left. Sounds like the sound's a little bit down for the players. They'll get it up there in a second.
That's all right. They like to listen to your dulcet tones anyway, especially with this cold you've got.
I know.
I
sound sexy
today.
I'm like Phoebe in Friends, where she had the cold and she sounded sexy when she talked. That's my only time I'll ever compare myself to Phoebe. We'll go from there. Stone Buddha getting some good, got a lot of little nice watch, some prayer beads.
I like it. Chago raising it up here to 50,000 with the ace-jack offsuit.
God, they passed the queens around, looks like.
Yeah. Chip leader Dennis with the queens this time, 3-bet to 125. It's going to come back around to Chago.
It's a big bet. Decides to call there and defend his raise. Chaco's got 735 left in his stack. Richard's got 1.1 million.
Good flop for queens. Dennis also has the only diamond in the hand. Stacking up 150,000.
About a half pot. Oh, full pot raise, right? So it looks like there's 150 in it.
I think it was a half pot.
Half
there.
pot,
It was
yeah,
300 in the middle.
Like you showing the queen.
Showing the queens. I'm not pushing you guys around. Just because I have all these chips doesn't mean I don't have real hands.
That's right. I'll do that in a second.
Exactly. Got to send those signals when you can.
Hey, what's up, Bobby? Bobby says, you guys sleep. Well, I didn't sleep as much as I should have. That's for sure.
Yeah, back-to-back queens, and 2 people woke up with back-to-back jacks. That's how we got
Dory Coyle in the chat. Her husband Jim is on the table right there, front and
But that was right
center.
when you're about 100.
Well, I think I'll be calling him Pkwy from now on. So,
Oh, that was you?
Jim Coyle, if I say Pkwy, he'll be definitely seat 1 there, Jim Coyle. I think he's stuck for life with Dory. They're one of the best poker couples I know. You can't ask for 2 more friendly people.
Yeah, I usually try not to have a favorite, but I've got to root for Jim here. We've
I'm
been
not gonna even
friends for a
pretend.
long time.
I'm not even going to pretend.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Jim.
There's this one guy, Jam Jacks, had ace king. I call, I beat him, and like 2 hands later, he has ace king, I have jacks, and I flop a set.
So Jim's feeling a little brave sporting the Giants jersey that after the comeback from the Broncos, they got whooped by my Dallas Cowboys in the first week.
Set of queens on me,
So
and I rivered a straight.
I think Jim would have done it anyway. He's a Giants fan through and through.
Yesterday, and this guy raising ace 4 offsuit hits a straight on.
Looks like Buddha's thinking about making a play here with Jack 9 on the big blind. Looks like that makes it 300,000.
It wasn't a bad play. It was standard.
Oh, 60,000. Sorry, those are 5,000 chips.
I don't hate it. Blind versus blind. Jack
No.
9's a pretty strong hand, especially if the small blind just limps in.
If I 3-bet and then I
And he's
just
going to
see
pick
bet,
up a
it's over.
blind doing so.
Stone Buddha's a good player. I got to play cash with him a couple times, and
Everyone folds around to the block.
he knows what he's doing.
Most people aren't folding like aces,
I think he's got the best glasses today.
even
Not even close.
ace 10 offsuit. You know, people aren't folding it. So if it folds around to us on a full table, it's like a 10% higher chance that it's an ace versus an ace. You know. It doesn't
Dory,
happen.
how's it
Yeah,
going in the
blind versus blind on full table.
in the
We haven't had it like that.
150K guarantey?
And it doesn't happen with kings.
I saw Dory buy in for that. Remember last night you said I was giving Remy a sick burn, and there he is right here.
I
So
know, I was just trying to make fun of you.
that's good. That's always a good reason. I'll never fight that.
I followed that up by saying I hope he's the chip leader, and he was pretty close.
Jim showing some patience there, not doing too many things with ace 9 there in late position, or in the middle position. Good decision, Moto, opening up with 2 10s.
Folds around to Chago in the big blind. He's got 7s. He'll make the call. He heads up to the flop. Pair versus pair. Moto out
These
front.
cocktail napkins.
And in position.
Not a good flop for either of them.
Keep me busy.
No, scary when an ace comes off and you've got an under pair, but Moto with the position here. He's going to bet 25,000.
I seniors tournament in Ruckus with the biker guy.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Get
I
the
was
fold
there.
from
Yeah,
Chago.
I was there for
Yeah.
that. I was there for that. Big blow.
And the best
He
hand
starts-
wins.
I mean, I literally put my chips in. He threw his in 6 seconds. They looked at it on the film.
Average stack right now at about 735,000.
Was it you that we had?
A little over 36 big blinds.
Okay.
I told him to.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Our big
both
stack
got a
coming
full
into
round
the final
finish.
table was Dennis with
Yeah, I do.
over 1.3 million in chips.
He added a little bit to that with the queens.
Yeah, and our short stack coming in was at 355. He's in the big blind now. That was Richard in the 9 seat.
It is, I think.
Boy, the team did a good job with this event yesterday. Things ran pretty smooth. We had a good crowd yesterday.
Yeah, 132 players in this event. We also had the horse event yesterday and a nightly, so a lot of
I
players
didn't mind him, but yeah,
got
it kinda
through.
flew off the handle.
We had a heck of a cash stream last night. That was a blast.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, when I
maybe
just-
my favorite cash game that we've
put his bet in.
streamed
It really
here.
was. It was just tons of action, good play.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that, I recommend checking it out. First
Crazy Russian guy.
3 or 4 orbits
Flipping me off, like,
already had like several 10K plus pots. It was pretty crazy.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
So is this the guy you were talking to when you kept
Folds
making
around
all
to the button here. Stone Buddha is going to limp in with
Yes,
9-6
the
of
code
clubs.
red, yes,
I'd like to
because
see a
it's
raise
the
there.
same.
If you're going to play the button with a hand like that, you should put some pressure on.
Yeah, especially against just the blinds there. They're all about the same state. Ooh,
Code red.
Flops a club draw.
Richard's got the best
Chago
hand with
also
the
with
10.
the
Yeah.
club draw.
Well, it's
Richard
funny, I don't
flopping a
think you
pair
said you
there.
haven't seen the movie, right? No. It's so good.
Yes,
I want the
Checks
truth.
around. And the
There it
clubs
is.
get there. This could be dangerous for Chago.
Classic scene.
He's going to fire out, looks like 60K,
Code
50,000.
Santiago Code Red. Because that was the guy's name. They did the Code Red on with Santiago.
And they killed him.
And a raise from Stone Buddha.
Don't want him. Or the barracks.
He's going to get the call, though. 280,000 in the middle now. Broadway on the board.
200?
Yeah, that has to. I get more.
Looks like he's betting 200.
200,000 is the bet. Oh, and he's going to get a call. Richly rewarded for
Nice hand.
playing that small connector there. Disconnector, I guess.
You know, it's interesting. I wonder if he raised it like you thought,
on
you know,
that board
which
with
I
the
agree, you
Broadway
shouldn't
on
have
the
raised
board.
there. The range is going to be way different there, right?
Both
The ace
felt
jack
good
queen,
when
he
that
might
club
feel like he's got a
dropped.
pair on the turn or the queen.
Yeah,
And
Chago most likely folds the small blind
Yeah.
if he does open.
Yeah, I'll take a.
even if he calls
I'll
it,
take
it's going to be
a
the
hot seat.
dynamics of it's so
It is.
different
Right.
with the way it fell out. Yeah.
Turned out to be a good play this time for sure.
Absolutely.
1 to 4 on top of myself. 1.
Oh, and a space heater.
Yeah.
And I believe the blinds have gone up now to 15 and 30K. They had just a couple of minutes left of the 20K level coming in. So that's going to put some pressure on the smaller stacks. Now the average stack is only 24 big blinds at this limit. Oh, 1525. Okay, I forgot how great the structure is here.
Yeah, it's a good structure.
So they're still at right about 30.
All right. And 30-minute level
average.
blinds. We're just going to make a small raise there with the king jack offsuit.
Yep. 55,000 is the
Hey,
bet.
Sanchi. Tough spot.
You
The crazy thing is, if he raises me, or
Right,
like
let it go,
we
yeah.
got the flush, because I was almost gonna raise when the first club comes out. Then we're gonna re-raise each other, thinking one of us is playing the 4-liner to the straight.
Yeah, right.
It gets a little gross real fast.
If I just call them, like,
Oh yeah.
he can't,
Got a flat.
can't fold.
Yeah, and you can't.
Whenever he
raise
picks up
because
the
you're only gonna be
blinds,
called by something
Jim's
that's
taking a pretty cautious approach, and I don't blame him. Feeling things out.
Like a big card because he called.
Every decision matters when you're at tournament poker. Can't just reach in your pocket and grab more chips.
Yeah, and the chips value go up so much right now. And like you said, the 10x difference between ninth and first.
Yeah, every ladder move is important. Really big jumps between fourth and third.
Lance picking up a big hand here right under the gun with ace jack offsuit. This is a tough hand to play. You get the big chip to your right. You're in first position. You got all those players stacked behind you. But it's a big enough hand to raise.
Yeah, one of my least favorite hands,
Yes,
especially in
under the
early
gun,
position.
yeah.
That ace
See,
jack offsuit. and-
just like that.
Yep, and here you go. Guy's got him notched right to his left here. See how
Moto's going to feel a lot better about it because he's got some blockers. And, same thing that he has. One more late position. One position later.
The trouble for Moto is it's already been raised, and he only has 460,000 in chips. So if he re-raises here, he's putting about a quarter of his chips in at least, and that's kind of a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, and jamming here is so tough because you've got all those players behind you.
Right.
And flatting's tough. These are tough. That's why it's hard to play early position in these hands. It looks like he's raising.
He is going to raise. Looks like 175.
I think that's the proper play. Can't be too afraid.
And it's a pretty big raise, so he's put almost a third of his chips in there now.
He's committed himself, I believe.
Yeah. Over a third of his chips, I should say.
Been interesting if he flats there. Stone Buddha could have made it maybe squeeze with the king queen.
Right. Folds all the way around to the big chip leader in the big blind. He does have a suited king, but it looks like he's just going to get out of the way as well, and he probably should.
And he picks up the pot. Nice,
Yeah.
nice pickup.
Yeah, I like the play there. The bet sizing signals that he's willing to put all his chips in there, but it's also a
He
good way to
can't
just pick
fold.
up that.
And
right.
he can't fold. I mean,
He
it
can
depends
fold,
player
yeah.
player profile. I think
Speaking of first
he's
hand,
played these players a lot. I think if a player like Jim Cole jams in there, or even Richard, who's pretty tight, jams in there.
Claire lived
You
across
can
the
let
street
that
in
hand go.
2004, they invited me over to come play poker.
Be a little bit harder as Remy,
I played poker when I was in high school, baseball. And
or
all
you
that
just Stone
stuff.
Buddha.
See that nice
They were playing Hold'em.
trophy in the background. That's another thing that these folks are playing for.
Didn't last very
That's right.
long, but it got me started. And you?
Guys, don't come out here if you love tournament poker. Come out here. We've got a lot of
In prison?
great things. We have a photographer on site right now from 8131 Media. She's taking you guys check on her social media. She's taking beautiful pictures, and she'll take pictures of you. You can download them for free
For my grandfather.
off their site.
And then
All paid for by Champions Club Texas.
camp game.
Chago waking up with another nice big hand here. Ace 10 of spades in the hijack. It's folded around him. He raises to 75,000.
Yeah.
He's got 275 left.
That's a large opening.
Right.
at
He's in
this
the
moment.
hijack.
That was all 7-card stud.
Right.
That's all they played back in the 90s.
And it folds to the big blind. Lance with ace deuce chooses not to defend.
Hold'em started.
Picks up a nice.
there's
picks
a
up the
24
blinds
hour
in the
down
ante
for
there.
High school and all the waiters at 24
When
hours.
you start to get short on chips, you want to try to pick up a set of blinds and antes every orbit if you can.
Right.
Keep your tournament alive.
Also, we have some massage therapists on site. And we had the cigar vendor and the tequila vendor yesterday. It was a
I
blast.
appreciate you.
And I think those cigars are going to be hanging out for the entire tournament. If you're a cigar person,
When I was in basic training.
it's man. I don't even smoke cigars, but it smelled great.
And they look cool,
They
right?
look
Yeah.
great.
Gamble.
It's like you
I
said,
just
the
wanted
idea of smoking a cigar is awesome,
Gamble
but
it
maybe the execution is a little tougher. But these
For
are nice
me,
cigars,
anyway,
so it
yeah,
might
yeah.
be a completely different animal now.
People are like, oh, you're a gambler. A poker player.
And if you're not aware of what's going on, we got the Fall Poker Open. This is only the first event. We're going to be streaming final tables for the next couple of weeks. Ton of different events. Right now, today is flight one of our $150,000 guaranteed $500 no limit hold'em tournament. We're going to be running flights of that tomorrow and Saturday as well, and they will restart on Sunday. Final table will be
1964 with the Texas
streamed.
Road Gang in Austin. I started playing poker when probably 1959 or 53.
Jeez. Got some stories.
First time I ever played poker.
Remy opens this one up with suited
Hold'em
queen
was
10.
awesome.
He's going to get a call from our chip leader on the button with ace jack
Was it
and
still called
Chago with
Texas Hold'em back
6.
then, or was it just
Three
Hold'em?
players to the flop. Chago in the lead right now with a pocket pair, but he does have the shortest stack.
Ooh, that's a tough flop for Chago.
They
We
used to
got
come down and
Remy,
take
your
all
top
our
pair,
money.
and he's got looks like a good flop for 2 sixes.
To this day.
Probably
I do. It was at a bookie's house
Yeah,
or
you're
at the Austin Country.
unlikely to put your opponent on a 10 opening an early position.
It's like the old thing about the
Ace
river
10
roads.
suited, kind of
They only game
possible.
in
Obviously,
town.
queen 10 suited, but
Yep.
Don't do anything else about it.
not expecting that out of Remy, and he's going to lead out 80,000 here. Chago with only 360 behind. And he's going to
Oh.
put it in there. This is going to be bad news for Chago.
Yep.
Dennis will get out of the way with the ace high, and I think I heard a call from Remy already. Nope.
No, Remy's pretty thoughtful. He's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
get through.
I just thought I heard the word call for some reason.
Yeah. 360 into 310,000 pot. Remy's getting roughly 2 to 1, a little better.
Top pair rainbow board.
Mm-hmm.
Player that called a raise probably doesn't have any of these straight draws, anything like that. So
Really, ace 10, king 10. That's what he's worried about. He's thinking he would have 3-bet jacks, 3-bet 10s, set of 5, set of 3s. Those are the things he has to worry about. There are a lot of combinations he beats. See Frederick Turner in the chat, another Dallasite. Him and Daphne are two great turn players from Dallas. How you doing, Frederick? As we're waiting for Remy's decision here.
This really is a tough spot for him. It's half his chips.
Mm-hmm.
Could easily be beaten in this spot.
Chago's a pretty snug player. They've played together many times.
Shane, are you local?
Yeah.
I've never seen
That's weird because I've never seen it.
it. Yeah. No, nice playing with
Remy reaching for chips.
I live locally. Like
Could be sizing up his stack. Could be trying to get a read.
Champions. They have great rates and rooms.
you. Stay for free a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Living in hotels is the way out of the housing crisis. Bring it back to the early 20th century.
Cruise ships. If you're retired.
He makes the call.
Oh.
Chago is going to need some help here, or he's in danger of being eliminated in 9th place.
Good luck, brother.
Looking for a 6, looking for running straight cards.
Yep. A 4 would be good. Deuce 4-7.
8 of clubs
Really
is
doesn't
not
help,
going to
no.
help. Needs a 6 on the
No.
river.
That's it.
And that's what he wanted to see on the turn. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for Chago, but he will be taking home over $1,200. Always a
bad.
heartbreak to come back for day 2 and go out first,
Right.
but that's a decent payout for him, and
Yep.
How did I not re-raise?
there's plenty of poker action to be had here at Champions. I'm sure Chago won't be leaving the building at all.
No, I think we'll see him as soon as we get out. How you doing, Veen? Veen from chat says howdy.
Actually, I thought right there, I was thinking you had 9s, Roman, and you were debating.
If I had 9s, I'm snapping.
But queen 10, you gotta think. I was like, Roman's sitting over here in the tank with 9s and 8s and 7s. All of those things.
I wouldn't sleep at those, I think.
And then there were 8.
Ooh, I know how to squeeze some info out. It's all about frequencies.
Jim picking up a playable hand here in the hijack. Should be able to open.
A lot more tea than I asked for. Does anyone want tea?
Looks like he's stacking out 55,000 for a raise.
Yeah. No pair. That's all.
And our chip leader waking up here with King 10.
You want to pair it up?
Going to get out of the way after the raise.
Let's
Lance
see.
on the button with a suited ace. Decides to get out of the way as well.
Yeah, we saw a lot of 3-bets of that last night. Now, Moto's got a big hand here, 2 8s.
A little different when you're playing 1,000 blinds deep in a cash game and when you're playing in the tournament.
With 30 big blinds. 40 big blinds, yeah.
Pocket 8s, though. Very playable.
I don't know how Moto played with Jim yesterday, but Jim has yet to. This is his first hand after 10.
Oh, he's going to jam it all in here for 525,000. Remy in the big blind here in between with King 9. He's going to get out of the way, and it's back on Jim.
You're in the booth with Alex. There was a particular
This is
moment
not the spot Jim wants to be in.
No.
He's going to get out of the way here. It's really tough to make a call with Queen High there. Obviously, we can see the cards and see that it's a flip, but
I was wondering if you
he's,
Nah, it's an
he's
easy
way behind
yeah.
most of the time.
It's an easy fold for Jim there.
I would
Yeah.
say, did you remember that conversation with Alex?
Yeah, I do. I do.
We'll talk about it later, but yeah, that was like one thing that
Jim wants to shout out
commented
to
on
the
with you guys.
DMMPL, the Dennis Myers Memorial Poker League.
That's right. A lot of them are watching, I hope. Jim Dory have a lot of fans out there. They're just
reliable.
they're Texas poker ambassadors. They play all over the state, and
Call with 10-9.
Yeah, they were super friendly to me when I first started dealing on the road over, oh, what, that'd be about 15 years ago, maybe?
Oh, wow.
15, 14 years ago. One of the first, regular circuit grinder guys that I met was Jim, and
Is that what that was?
super nice to all the staff and dealers and stuff like that. We became fast friends.
Too nice. I like
Thought it was his
questions.
nose.
Good to see him here at the final table today.
Jim and I have battled on many of final tables, and I've run a lot of tournaments Jim's been on the final table on. So
I believe that.
yeah.
Action folds around to the button here. Moto waking up with King Jack. Raises it up to 55,000. Remy's got suited ace deuce here in the small blind. Looks like he's going to make the call. Remy up over 1 million chips now after that win against Chago. Total of 6.6 million chips in play, so obviously if you're up over 1 million, you're doing pretty well, and he flops the nut flush draw.
And G. Webster's got top pair.
Yeah, top for G. Webster in the big blind with ace 8. And he's going to fire out.
That's a pretty good stack. $135?
130, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It might be 125.
125.
Yeah. A sizable portion of his chips, that's for sure.
It's leaving him 300,000.
I like the sizing here, giving Remy only 3-1.
And Remy's going to make the call, though.
He will make the call. Nine of diamonds comes off. Obviously, Remy would have liked to see another wheel card or ideally another club. That's not really a good card for him.
Yeah.
He's going to check it over to Webster.
It's good to see what Santa does in his free time. His busy season's coming. Oh.
And G. Webster is all in with what is now second pair and top kicker. Webster's got a home casino he calls the Barn.
Yeah.
3 daughters, Texas A&M grad, as you can see by his shirt there. Wanted to say hi to his wife, Pam.
Pammy's doing really well.
We have like an earbud here, like tens. Maybe at the break I can hook that up. Bluetooth, so it'll be sitting over there wherever she's got it.
Right pocket. Unbelievable.
Dennis waking up with his ace-9 offsuit. We'll raise it up to 75,000. And it folds around to the big blind. Stone Buddha with the Brunson. Gonna give it up.
I had the same hand. I'm not even kidding. You'll see on the stream. 10 deuce.
Spade and club?
As our chip leader picks up more blinds and antes.
I forget. Which one was your 10? Was it a spade?
Yeah, I think so.
So I had the 12, 8 heart. 2 heart.
Day after he died, I jammed it twice.
How'd that go?
Doyle. Yeah.
Got through once and
Lost
got
twice?
snapped off.
Two
once.
times?
No, no.
Does anybody have any Doyle Brunson stories, personal ones?
No, I don't know none. You know one?
I was playing in a WPT event at Bellagio. They had it in the Fontana room, which is over to the side. And he almost ran over my foot with his cart coming out of the room.
I played with
Jim
him in
waking up with a
Austin.
big hand here
Yeah,
under the gun with ace-king.
60 years ago.
He's gonna raise it up to 55,000.
You know
I
what?
played with his son and daughter in Vegas.
I read that in the
And
70s.
Dennis will
he
make
got
the
sideways
call.
with Tony Spilatro guy, the last mafia guy in Vegas.
Well, he really wasn't the last
Gonna
mafia, but I know
threaten
who you're
to kill
talking
him,
about.
trying to get his money, like wanted a cut of his winnings and threatened to. I mean, Doyle was quoted
why I
as saying
got-
he threatened to jab an ice pick in the.
And Remy in the cutoff
Doyle was good.
wakes
friends
up with
Kenny Bennett,
ace-queen
who was a gangster himself.
after Dennis calls with fives. Putting in a 3-bet here and a big one. Looks like 170.
And respectfully said, "Could you give him a break?" Not,
And
"I
G.
need
Webster
you."
on the button with a
Could you
pair.
give him a break? Which is the way to talk to a guy like Spilatro.
Pair of deuces is not where you want to be.
The casino was based on
with a
him
raise
ended
and a
up in
re-raise.
Warfield.
He'll get out of the way.
Spilatro and his brother.
One on top of the other.
Yep. Terrible. What a scene. Oof. So disturbing.
Right when Doyle passed. I
Folds around
I played spades a lot.
But I never met
to
him.
the big blind.
Too special. You had to
He
have
will get out of the way.
You had to hit the whole house. And so both had to play. He got hit the first.
And we're back on Jim.
He would try to go to the bathroom like for a break in the tournament, and people would stop.
You had to have them both in
Get
your
a
hand,
picture.
and you had to have them on the board.
He's running out of time. He would still stop.
Jim's going to move it all in
So I'll just go to the bathroom later.
with big slick.
Pretty impressive.
And that will get rid of Dennis
Well, look,
trying to limp in and catch a set there with those fives.
guys, it takes a little bit of time to go to the bathroom. Like, I still
Jim with
don't know.
505,000 in chips.
Yeah.
It's like eating crawfish. You never really finish. You just get tired of doing it. Like, no one's ever said, I can't eat another crawfish. You'll get there. You don't ever finish. Breaks those 6 minutes. That's good.
So they're not.
Remy with a really good hand here, but
I hope they do. Says we got a break.
tough spot. He knows he's either flipping or he's dominated.
They said they'll do breaks.
Most likely.
Whether it's
As Jim has been pretty
every
snug.
other hand or every 5 hours.
And he said that, what, 22?
We don't have a break in
23?
6 minutes?
No.
You said 480?
Do you have any napkins?
I mean,
I hate to get on
really,
the screen with
like
my
8 of us have to all agree that we all have to go to the bathroom. I mean, we can't just have a couple of people that need to go and accommodate them for 5 minutes.
A real
Why
democracy.
don't you tank a while on your decision? I'll tank a while.
real
on mine. We can
democracy.
trade the bathroom.
I just need some.
And Remy will get out of the way.
Like that, but
So, Roman, you just got jammed on 3 hands in a row.
I would just like to hook up my music to my phone. So I can-
1, 2, 3, 3 hands in a row. People jamming on you, man. You got something? You
You still in Texas, Poker C, or are you in California now? Moto opens with Queen 10 of spades. It's interesting flat there for Stone Buddha.
Stone Buddha, yeah, just flatting with ace-jack suited, and it will be Richard moving all in with ace-4 offsuit.
It's only for 250.
Maybe 250.
Yep, down to about, well, exactly 10 big blinds. In the small blind with an ace. Don't hate to see the shove here, but he's in bad shape if Stone Buddha decides to make a call.
Right.
And Buddha does have a million
You get to vote.
chips there. Unless Moto jams over the top,
Right.
probably going to see a
I'll run.
call from Stone Buddha.
I don't see Moto doing that. Moto flats though. I think Buddha will jam over the top.
Talking about
Pick up that dead money.
45 minutes before we started,
But you folded.
Moto does get out of the way.
At least we're making the call.
And we do have a call here. Richard is going to need some help, or he is in danger of being eliminated in 8th place. He does have the shorter stack.
right?
Just a 1 and a 4.
Needs a 2, 3, 5.
He's got clubs too.
Yeah, he's got the clubs.
I think you got all the odds. We can count 'em.
And here we go.
Oh,
A
he catches
four
a
right
4.
in the window.
Yep.
Not yet.
It's hard.
Like I said,
I'm just
Oh
a jack
no,
on the
and a
turn.
jack comes off on the turn, and now
4 in there.
there's 1-4 left in the deck. Can Richard find it?
Nope. Good
Not
luck.
this time.
Nice playing, sir.
Unfortunately, we're going to lose
There you
No,
go.
you
Without
Richard
luck,
there, but he
you gotta
will be
wait 2
taking
hours.
home almost $1,400 today
One more never do that in the
for
senior
his
league.
efforts.
Not
And
bad.
then now Stone Buddha
Well,
might be our new chip leader with over 1.4 million in
the
chips.
American, what is it? The
It's
American
5 cards.
Disability.
88, American Disability Act. Yeah, that's
It's
discrimination.
like the whole like.
Always
thing is
nice
just-
playing with you, sir.
Better drama.
Y'all have a
Doing
good
it like
day.
that.
You too.
This stuff.
But like, you know, when people are like, all in
Next
for you,
jump, like you said,
it's like
4th to 3rd is when they start jumping pretty big, but still.
now if someone gets there on the river when there's
Thank you.
action on the turn.
Oh, it's too
Those
late.
that patient enough already made $300 plus from 9th to 7th.
You want the mic?
It's like, well,
Richard having a good week so far.
Look at what we've got coming up the next couple of days here. You can see today we've got the flight A of our 150K. We've got that tomorrow as well, 11 a.m. registration time on that.
5 o'clock, we got a round of each pot limit Omaha and no limit Hold'em. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's like
And we have our regular nightlies at 7.
I might hop into that round each tonight.
first card.
I like your odds.
See what happens here.
First card.
And tomorrow we got the Big O. A lot of people
Still
love
16.
that. Call it Congress down here.
Right.
5-card Omaha split, pot limit. That's a fun game.
We'll be streaming a 1-3 game tomorrow.
Indeed.
cash, yeah.
Otherwise, I might play that Big O tournament.
I was planning on it.
There's play.
There's all in three though. Sure.
I think I'm a good Big O player, but I might be wrong.
Makes for a good story.
Jim
It
limping in
does.
here in the small blind with Jack 8, but he gets raised by Dennis in the big blind, who wakes up with an ace.
Cards had to
And Jim will get out of the way. And the rich get richer.
Ordering is so.
We're seeing some good patient tournament strategy today. Players are feeling each other out, not getting too involved with marginal hands, and understanding the money's in the top. And right now, they're comfortable. Nobody's panicking.
Yeah, they are. Thank you.
Brian made some great structures, so there's plenty of time for them to play.
Yeah, average stack now 940,000, 37 big blinds, so still plenty of play left here. We say this a lot when we were covering these final tables, but I know there's probably some people who haven't watched these streams. It's so frustrating when you're watching a final table and they come in and they only have, 5 to 10 big blinds, and basically they have 2 moves,
Right,
fold
right.
or shove. It's really nice to see a final table where players actually have an opportunity to play some poker, get some raises and some 3-bets, and,
I'm taking a break, guys.
And we've seen it. We've seen some good plays, like Remy laying down that ace-queen to the 3-bet from Jim.
So freaking cold.
Got a raise here
No, I was
from G.
joking
Webster,
because
King
this
Queen
break is
offsuit makes it
running time.
60K to go. And he's going to get a call from Dennis.
Oh, wow.
8-6. And now Lance in the big blind, waking up with 2 red
Can I walk
aces
out?
here.
He's just flatting there?
Just flatting, setting a trap here. I don't know
I
if
don't
I
like
like
it with
that.
3 players,
No,
yeah.
you want to try to get heads up here with a big hand like that.
But it's a pretty good flop.
Pretty good flop, but we have top pair for for Dennis.
125.
So Dennis checked it.
Quick fold from G. Webster.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
And wow, Dennis
Oh,
moves
wow,
all
wow.
in and gets the instant call from Lance with
go
with
with
the ace
king.
ace here. Dennis does have outs, obviously. He's got top pair, he's got backdoor clubs, he's got backdoor straight.
How about 27% equity?
Could have raised pre-flop. We could have got away from our hand.
2 cards to come, but this is the pot of the tournament so far.
Hold that.
Because of this, hopefully.
Lance with 730,000 and a chance
Oh,
to double
wow,
up.
the
Oh,
six.
second pair comes off right out of the
There it
gate
is.
for Dennis. Lance need an ace or a different board pair.
And that's it for
man.
Dennis. I mean, for Lance.
Wow, I guess.
What
I
a heartbreaker.
He said the trap pretty well. I mean, he got the result he wanted. It's just he's got to fade those outs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what he wanted to see happen, obviously. I mean, he's hoping for an ace-8, not a 6-8. but
Right.
Sometimes luck wins out, and that's going to do
And
it for
unfortunately,
Dennis.
it was against the chip leader. That's
For
the
Lance,
toughest
rather.
one.
Yeah. And now Dennis is definitely going to be back on top as far as
Yeah.
chip count goes. He's going to be up close to 2 million now,
Against 6-8.
out of the 6.6 million in play.
I would have gladly folded if you had a raise.
Right. You would have.
Trapping's good, except sometimes the
Yeah.
rabbit gets the gun.
That's an old school. Sometimes the rabbit gets the gun. Yeah. You're hunting rabbits and you turn around for it. So we're showing the rest of our schedule here. Don't you forget to use the code FALL23 for your room reservations.
Champions
Just
Club
watch the video.
Houston, the only poker room in Texas that also has a hotel on site. Beautiful rooms. The whole place has been remodeled in the last year.
Because you want your opponent to have an ace
And now we're down to
in
6.
their hands. You know,
6-handed poker, a lot of fun. And this is when ranges can really open up, and you'll see a lot more 3-betting, a lot more action
did you
pre-flop.
watch them on Poker Go a couple days ago?
Dead small blind here, single big.
8 high board, bet, jam, 6 on the turn for 2 pair. Yeah.
And we have a raise from our friend Jim in the cutoff with ace-queen of hearts, making it 70,000 to go.
When,
Folds to the big blind,
you
king
know
high.
when you play 8-6 pre-flop and then hit an 8 as a high card, you're not going to give a guy who flatted credit for aces.
No.
You just,
He
Flatted free.
he bet, I flatted, he flatted.
Oh man.
Small blind,
So you
big,
went multi-way?
small blind, big
Bases
blind,
three?
and big blind. Yeah, that board was perfect for both of y'all. It's so low.
Did he
Right.
jam with the aces?
No, I did. He made a big bet with the aces, and I jammed over the top with top pair. And,
What's his effective set?
Deuce 5-8.
oh, it was
He had a bunch.
600,000.
Stone Buddha coming out with a cape now. I like it.
Sides.
Yeah, I remember the chips. Obviously.
You don't want to play out the same
Looks
side?
good with those glasses.
Okay, just letting you know.
This isn't my first time, Roman.
Okay, sorry.
I heard someone calling you Romaine a while ago. Is it Roman or Romaine?
It's both. There's an I, so people say Romaine, but in French it's Romain. So there's no real translation in English. So Roman,
Oh, I'm going to start calling him Roman now.
To me, it doesn't really matter.
So
I asked him if it was Roman or Romaine, and he said either way, but he didn't ever say Roman.
Saying you've been
I'm gonna go with
called
that.
So you're good with the other one.
Yeah, I've been called Master enough.
Or Remy.
Foul language, but I mean.
Oops.
Anything to get the crusher to sit out.
Action folds all the way around to the blinds here. Moto with king 9 in the small blind, jamming all in.
You
485,000.
can do it too. But then 2 cards, I just don't have any cards.
I know. Everyone's gonna
I
jam
was like,
on you all
please,
day, Roman.
give me king queen. Let's snap.
Roma will make the fold.
Nice set. It's gonna be a fun small blind, big blind battle today. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm short.
Yeah. I don't care either. I like it. I'm all about it.
You look like you got
Looks like blinds are up to 30K now.
I feel like if you have a name like Roman, you need the cape.
Gussied up for the stream and all this shit.
Yeah, you look very gussy.
I tried to get gussied.
Yeah, you look gussy right now.
That was the point. Trying to look as like
Gu-
fishy as possible. That
Gu-
way you guys
gu-
can underestimate.
Gussy was always a female term. It wasn't very often I heard anyone say, as a man, you get gussied up.
I just watched White Man Can't Jump. And
Used to
remember
be a
how
lot
they
of
looked so
makeup.
goofy on there, so people wouldn't think he was any good.
And again, it folds around to the blinds.
Seen my live poker list, but I'm like,
Remy in the small blind with king 6. King high often an opening,
You get gussied up.
That's what he does.
beating random cards almost every time. 75,000 is the bet now. G. Webster
If it was the dirty
Looks like it might be
type,
pretty
I would've
cold in
played
that room. Jim's just putting on his jacket too.
I don't think I want to play it.
Yeah, well, you got to remember to last night, that room was full back there.
Right,
so they
right.
probably had to crank up the AC a little bit. And
Should have trusted my dealer.
today it's empty but these 6 players.
Ballsy all in. High?
Do it.
That would have been a ballsy all in with 3 high.
Looks like our chip leaders could use a little bit of a color up here.
You don't have to
Yeah.
put it- you don't have to put 'em
Jen Palmer is watching this final table. She's a circuit regular. She's worked with you guys for a long time.
Yeah. And a Texas native, I do believe.
I used to play with her back in Dallas back in the day.
Dennis with one of your favorite hands here, raising it up to 75,000. Jack 10 suited.
I love it.
Folds around to the big blind. And Stone Buddha with a suited 10-7. One of Negranu's favorite hands here.
You know,
Little suited disconnector.
you think he had that cape in his bag?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
when
we
you
get-
got glasses like that, you probably have a cape, you probably have a scepter,
Right, right.
you know, everything you need.
Good flop for 10 Jack there.
Definitely. Wrong color, but open ender. Stone Buddha will check and get a bet from Dennis here, 75,000. And Stone Buddha making a move here is going to raise it up to 220,000.
Wow. Cape gives you some courage. How much more? 145 more to call.
Well, he appears to be stacking up calling chips.
What's up? We got some new people in chat rooting for Dennis. You guys are pretty interested in this hand, I'm sure.
Big pot in the middle, 635,000.
We got Edie and Daniel. 9.
Board pairs, changes nothing. Stone Buddha with the aggression. Let's see how he manages this board pair. He was looking for a club there on the turn, I imagine, or something that can help him straighten out.
No, he's still firing at it.
He is going to fire. 250,000 this time.
on it.
Oh, wow.
Dennis all in. Putting the pressure back on the Stone Buddha. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar. No way he can make a call with 10 high.
No.
And away he goes.
Looks like Dennis was bluffing with the best hand.
Looks so easy when you play.
It is easy.
Dennis is one heck of a tournament player.
Yes, he is.
He's got a circuit ring. He has 23 final table appearances in WSOP, WPT, and WSOP circuit events.
Wow.
He's only been playing tourneys for 3 years.
He's done
23 final tables.
Wow. That's very impressive. I don't think I've made that final tables in the little local weekly events I've played in the last 3 years.
That one would be interesting
Right.
to see what I got you lay down there.
I saw Elijah Gomez earlier, too, in the chat. Welcome, guys. We got Daniel,
Was it
Edie,
hearts?
some Dennis fans.
You didn't have a 9. That was a key card.
The 9.
I folded the 9.
Well, the Dennis fans must be happy because he can barely see his cards over that mountain of chips. Waking up with 9-7 suited. He's going to open another one to 80,000, keeping the pressure on as the chip leader should do. He's got so many chips now, almost half the chips in play, that he can really make some moves here. But Moto, one of the smaller stacks at the moment, waking up with one of the bigger hands. Queen, queen.
Oh, I like how you did that. It's very.
And he moves it all in. I'm trying to be a professional here.
You're very good. You're very good.
All in for 545,000 is Moto. G. Webster gets out of the way. Ace high on the button.
I was just kidding.
And
that
it's
time.
back around to Dennis.
Yeah, I was just playing. I was just playing.
I do like his style, though. He's doing it right. He keeps the pressure on, but he's not giving away chips. He's not
Right.
just going to get stubborn and throw chips away because somebody rejams on him.
Moto's picked up some chips as he sat down. Right now, though, it's the Dennis show. How many total chips did you say we had?
6.6 million in play.
Uh-huh.
So average
Dennis,
stack right at 6 million, or at 1 million rather.
Dennis got
No.
2.6, 2.7.
Yeah. Stone Buddha putting in a raise here on the button with little suited connector, 5-4 of spades. It folds around to the button here, putting some pressure on the blinds. But our chip leader is waking up with an ace high, so he's probably going to take a look at the flop here. And he does.
These hands are pretty connected, so it'll be interesting. We could have some fireworks here.
Yeah, if we see some little cards on the flop here.
Oh yeah, we definitely can have a little fireworks.
Yeah. Both players connecting. Dennis in the best shape here with ace.
He checks it.
Checks it over.
Yep.
Stone Buddha with bottom pair.
He gets this.
Bets 75,000, and Dennis beats him into the pot.
That's right.
King of diamonds comes off. Another check from Dennis. And it
Check
checks
back.
back. And now triple aces for Dennis. Sure, he's going to try to extract a little value here, and he is reaching for chips. Looks like 1 1/4.
The last card was an eggs, folks. The graphics is wrong.
They're checking up right now. Here it
Yeah,
comes.
there
They're
it is.
catching up. Yeah. He missed the check on the turn, so the River card won't appear on the graphics.
Looks like he's going to get paid.
Oh, wow. Tennis is just playing
Great poker.
tournament poker right here.
It's hard to beat when you're playing great and catching good.
Right.
That's right.
Some other players.
And when you're being aggressive, your opponents are less likely to give you credit there, and especially when the second ace comes on the board.
Daniel's saying bring him a rack. You might need two.
Yeah.
It's good to see these players here. I'm happy to see some of our regulars. I'm happy to see some friends from out of town. Guys, if you guys are anywhere near here or even in Dallas or Austin, come by and play in this tournament series. We still have plenty, I wouldn't say plenty of rooms. We have a couple of rooms left that you can get here and stay here. The food Connie's making is amazing. Last night I got out at 1 a.m. and had some shrimp fried rice that really hit the spot.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where there's a big flood and a lot of.
I had some of her lamb meatballs today.
Oh, wow.
All along,
I have my regular crab cakes. Those are good.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go to Boulevard, you'll see.
Yeah, I remember back when that flood happened, there was all the trash was pushed out on the road.
Yeah.
When was that? I forgot how long ago that was.
I think that was 2000.
Daniel, we're about an hour behind. so,
It was during COVID, right?
so if he texted you to get a rack, you might need more.
I think it's got to be before then. I think it's got to be 15 or 16.
Dan, are you here in town too, or are you playing into some of the series?
Of the water literally being almost at the brim of the 610 bridge.
Yeah, because I'd lived in Austin till 16, and I came back here, and I remember that's when it was.
Yeah, talking about the big flood with about 4 years ago. Shut Houston down.
Yeah, I'm not used to this
You look down some of those roads, they're awful.
Houston weather yet.
Race road
Hopefully we don't have anything like
They're
that
doing a lot of work on that bayou. So
anytime soon.
So they're making like a New Orleans looking kind of houses where they're standing up.
Yep, they're elevated.
You have to walk a lot of stairs to get to
Yeah.
your front door.
Exactly. You have to elevate at least 9 feet.
Oh, is that right? All those years.
Remy had my hand. Doesn't play that well in a tournament final table, but I like to see a little raise there.
I know. It's early position.
It is early position.
We never had a flooding issue ever.
Well, we're really discussing it position.
And G. Webster raising it up here, though, with ace high. He's going to make an 80,000 to go.
So you would have dominated Stone Buddha
Right.
and dominated Jim.
Pretty big.
Well, I was living in Sugar Land. It was even
Six-handed.
flooded out
Any
there.
ace looks pretty good. He makes the raise, and he's going to get rewarded with a set of blinds and antes. Nice hand there for G. Webster.
Well, you're in Austin now, right?
Right.
So you're probably going back tonight. Today.
No, I'm gonna play in this tournament that's going on now tomorrow.
Right, there's the one.
Oh, yeah. That's good news for the rest of you. Dennis is still going to play in some of these tournaments.
Go down Bracewood Boulevard and you'll see it.
It's going to be fun, guys. We, like I said, as soon as you finish this term, we have today, tomorrow, and Saturday on the 150K. We only had like 40-something players today, so like feel there's the registration is still open. You want to stop by and do it right now?
Panels because we haven't sprayed the second floor yet, and that's our problem.
Yeah, there's a chance of an overlay on that 150K with the field that we got today, but my
No,
guess is we're
gonna be
going to
pretty
smash
much.
it.
We're going to get crowded on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, be a lot
I'm
of
not too
players.
worried.
Those clients have
It's just 42
basketball
players today, but
courts, the rock climbing.
That's just unbelievable.
you still got a couple hours of registration. You want to come down, play a smaller field. I think, like I said, Friday. I think Saturday's going to be huge.
See, the homes we built, it would be all-time high in terms of price, the spec home. This custom beats it by a whole.
Yeah, it's going to be a madhouse in here Saturday.
About
Well, action folds around here to the blinds, and Moto waking up with King Kong in the small blind.
Dr. Phil's son built a 12,000 square foot house.
Big home.
Got 625,000. Remy in the
Yeah,
big blind.
No, it's on
has
Lake Travis, just right
just
off
over
of
$1 million.
620.
Remy's got an interesting hand here, ace.
Ace high.
I think he will at least defend. He might 3-bet.
I went to A&M, but I was born in Austin at Bergstrom Air Force Base.
Is that right?
175.
Of course, it's now the
And a re-raise announced. 175 is the new bet. Moto trying not to lick his chops.
They still have that one building that kind of octagon shape.
Loving this news.
Built it-
Right.
They turned it into a hotel.
He's just trying to figure out his sizing right now. He's got 565. Another 100,000 to call. And he 4-bet, put most of his chips in there.
I was thinking the same thing. The only 4-bet that really makes sense is a jam, right? I mean, if you any
Right.
small 4-bet is half his chips.
Ollie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there it is.
Right. And this will be very hard for Remy to call here.
Yeah, it's most of his chips. I like the re-raise with the ace high, but now you found out where you're at. You got to get out of the way.
Now, Remy's a good player. I'm a fan of a lot of these guys. We've gotten to play with them, and we've watched them play in a lot of final tables and be around them in the room. They're just good guys. The Houston tournament poker community, it's a good group. And I think it's all around the country. I don't think it's just Houston, but all around the country, the tournament poker players, they respect each other, and these guys have all been to final tables before. Like I said, Dennis has been to 1 billion of them. I know Jim's been to a ton of them. Remy won one of the bigger local ones just recently, a couple months ago, or chopped it for over 40K.
Yeah.
St. Shane's solid. I mean, he
Yeah,
here
that was 16.
knows what they're
when
doing.
that happened.
Yeah, flood. About Harvey, Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
Jim picking up big hands here. The ladies,
They've been going around.
I was going to say that, it just didn't seem right.
Right. Jim will raise it up to 65,000. Folds around to the blinds.
Oh, wow.
Remy with the king queen.
Just on a call there.
Yeah. And Webster in the big blind with 9-6, getting the right price to take a look.
Defending, right? Good flop for Jim.
Yeah, great flop for queens. Remy's got the king of hearts, 2 hearts on board. Jim continues to bet, this time 85,000.
Proof that the dirty diaper does hit once in a while.
Jim picks up some much needed chips. Get him back to 800,000. Hey, Carrie. Nice to see you. Don't worry, we have. You can go back in time and watch the beginning. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube.
The future is now.
Right. Our team here, our stream team here, has been working hard to bring you guys bigger and better streams. I love tournament streams. I like the vibe of them. It's different than the cash streams we usually do. It's a little bit slower, but I like the ICM and excuse me, the ICM implications. You see a little more patience, but these guys aren't afraid to play. You saw Dennis make some great plays earlier with the Jack-10 of spades. So thank you so much for coming up here, Kerry. Hope you can have a chance to play too as well.
Yeah, appreciate all the people watching and chatting in chat. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really helps us out trying to grow this stream.
Remy waking up with a big hand on the button here. Ace King off suit. Trying to figure out how much to raise it. Do you remember that old Alec Baldwin movie, The Shadow? I always think of that when Remy puts his hoodie up to his face like that. Looks like Stone Buddha's changed the cape to one shoulder. It looks very dashing. He's defending with Queen 4 clubs. I mean, Queen of Hearts 4 clubs.
And he's going to pick up a 4, but Remy getting top pair, top kicker.
All right.
Stone Buddha with the backdoor flush draw as well with the Queen of Hearts.
Do you know that deal, that traveling dealer? He's very good.
Yeah, he's excellent dealer. We've got a lot of the best in the business already here at Champions Club, but our poker director of operations, April, has brought in some really great traveling dealers to help us out with this series, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I was watching Ida yesterday in the horse tournament. She was just doing those up pitches, just beautiful up pitches for the stud games. There's a little artistry to it. And I'm enjoying watching these dealers.
Definitely.
Pretty good stares there, but nothing compared to what we saw last night with Trick Time.
I'm still scared.
Me too. I want to screenshot that. Just put that to scare my kids when
That should be his. That should be the image for
profile
the next
picture, yeah.
for the next stream he does. That stare was aggressive last night.
And he's such a nice guy. That's
Yeah, super nice guy. Stone Buddha is going to make the call here of 90,000.
Hoping for a queen or a heart or a 4.
This pot's starting to get pretty big here now. He picks up a gut shot to Broadway, but unfortunately for him now, a queen is no good as Remy would make Broadway. So Remy's still way out in front here with ace king. Checks over to him. And Stone Buddha down to just 395 in chips. SPR of about 1.3, and Remy's going to jam it all in.
This is the right bet.
Really putting the pressure on Stone Buddha. It's going to be really tough for him to call here with just bottom pair and a gut shot, and he does get out of the way.
Like I said, these players are pretty sharp. I like her new set, Dan. See that painting, the canvas pictures in the back?
Yeah, things looking good around here. A little splash of color in the background. It's nice.
I was okay at recalling the shot.
Things went pretty smooth yesterday. Like I said, all 3 tournaments went well.
Yeah, things are going great here at Champions Club. You should really come check us out. 6440 West Sam Houston Parkway South, just off the Bel Air exit, Sam Houston Tollway.
One day full, yeah.
It's a beautiful location. The room is great.
It's from 12 to 100.
Cash game action going. Tournaments all day. It's a lot of fun in here at Champions Club right now.
Right. And we're stuck in the commentary booth.
I'm having fun in here too. It's always cool to watch these guys play.
Yes, it really is. But it's like when you're hungry and you watch people eat food, I want to go out there and play a little bit.
Gamble, gamble.
Buddha defending his small blind. See what Jim wakes up with. Just checks it back. Jim and I talked. He likes playing post flop, and I think that's a big strength of Jim. And it's a good flop for him, is to see if he can extract a little value out of this.
Yeah, highly unlikely small blind's going to limp in with the king here, so
Right.
Jim,
especially a short
got to
stack.
feel like he's flop top pair. But Buddha's going to lead out though. 40,000.
Jim's going to quickly call. Quickly for Jim. That's blazing speed, ladies and gentlemen. Blazing speed. Oh wow.
2 pair now for Jim.
Yeah.
Buddha's going to slow down. And Jim's going to pick this pot up right here. So he's stacking out a bet of 50,000. I can't imagine Buddha's going to continue.
Right. You're right.
sensing a little frustration from the Stone Buddha right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's cracking a little bit. He's a good player. He's a very good player. It's hard in a tournament sometimes. You can't. Sometimes when you're not feeling well in the cash game, you take a walk, maybe miss an orbit. But you can't do it right now when you're at 300K chips and the blinds are 30-60.
Right.
You really can't. Like that. Yeah, all these tournaments qualify for points for the 25,000 tournament of champions that will be running on the last day.
Such a cool event. What a great idea.
And if you're playing the tournaments, you be sure to talk to the floors. You get a free hour of cash time. The 1-3 games here are pretty good. What did Cashman say yesterday? If he went broke, he'd come up here and play. Chris said if he ever went broke, lost his bankroll, he'd come to Houston, play the 1-3 game here when we had the 8-hour promotion, and just live here and eat Johnny's food.
Yeah, right.
And he'd built his bankroll up in about a month, I think.
Quick peek at the streaming schedule that we'll be doing here. 10 streams over the next 13 days.
You want to streak of like 5 hands?
Streaming final tables of 5 different events, and then we have cash streams in between. Tomorrow is going to be a really exciting 1-3 No Limit Hold'em stream, 7 p.m. Central. Be sure to check us out. Same channel here, Champions Poker Live.
Remember me picking up a big hand here with the ace of diamonds, 10 of hearts.
Beautiful hand, 6-handed. And it appears that the blinds have been increased to 20 and 40. Put some pressure on the shorter stacks. Still 27 big blinds in the average stack, though, as Remy raises this one up to 100,000. And he will pick up a set of blinds and antes.
Trying to run over the table.
It seems like Dennis is giving Remy a lot of air. You know,
I knew somebody.
7-8 offsuit's not a terrible hand to defend with, but like you said earlier, he doesn't want to give a dangerous player to his left a lot of chips. I mean, Dennis is very smart. He doesn't mind gambling with some guys to his right, but guys to his left, he doesn't want to give them any extra advantage. Like you said, Dennis is a very accomplished tournament player that's just been playing for the last 3 years. He's obviously studied a ton. You can see some of these strategies in play right now.
Yeah, very astute play. You know, and even 1 or 2 or 1.5 big blinds makes a big difference.
Right.
You don't want to just give that up by being stubborn.
Right.
Stone Buddha waking up here with King 9.
He's
going
gonna
to
jam
move
for-
it all
yeah.
in for 325.
Not a terrible play there.
No, you're probably not going to get much better than that in this orbit, and he has
Oh, wow.
less than 10 big blinds, but Moto waking up with ace-jack suited
He's
in the
gonna
big
call.
blind is definitely going to call here.
It's relatively a fair fight.
Yeah.
65, 66, 34. Not great.
Buddha with 2 live cards, though.
Yeah.
He does have a shot here. He is going to need help, though.
Is this official?
Official, I won't call for it again.
Okay.
Good luck.
And here it comes.
Oh, the ace.
7-4 gets there.
Of course.
7-4 of hearts in the muck. I saw it.
What are they thinking?
It was G. Webster. Yeah, bad news here for the
Yeah,
Buddha.
that's it.
And that's going to do it. He is going to be eliminated in 6th place. But he will be taking home over $1,800.
Moto's chipping up pretty good. I love these guys getting up and shaking each other's hands. There's some good sportsmanship here. Think about this. This was a $400 tournament. You could have got in here for $400. Now you're playing for thousands of dollars. It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to spend an evening. It's a good hobby.
Take a stack as I pass them down.
It's like we went bowling the other day, my kids and I, and we kind of went nuts. And I looked at my bill and it was $320. I was like, what just happened? You know, so I think I'd rather play the poker tournament.
Now we're up to over 2,000 for each player at this point. But first place the one they're all gunning for, over $12,000.
Table's getting a little lonely over here.
Yeah.
Hope that's not a trend.
Moto's chipping up pretty well.
I'm the wall.
You're the
Been
one.
pretty patient.
And that guy landsfalls with aces.
Average stack now 1.3 million.
Webster waking right up with ace king, ace of diamonds, king of hearts under the gun.
And just in time because his big blind is next, and he's the short stack right now.
It's got a little over 10, about 13 bigs. No, not even that.
He's going to put in a pretty good size raise here, 125,000.
Right.
Over 3x. Sounds like somebody's microphone is rubbing against something here. Sorry about that crackling noise.
It looks like he picks up the blinds, like you said, just in time.
Some blind coverage.
You know, one thing's, if you guys are curious, I know in the last couple of years, a lot of times with the big blind antes, TDA and some of the other places are doing big blind first. We follow some of the WSOP protocol. We go with the big blind first and not the ante first. It gives players a chance to double up or triple up when they're in the big blind. Not that it's really an issue right now. Everybody's got plenty of chips.
Yeah, I do like that. I understand the theory of ante first, but you should never be involved in a poker hand where you can only win your own chips back.
And like Aging was telling me, you can lose money. If the pot is chopped, you lose half your ante.
Right.
Dennis making an open for 100,000 with a queen 9 offsuit. Remy with ace jack offsuit. Probably put in a 3-bet here, considering it was the cutoff where Dennis did it.
Yeah, that's a very strong hand. It looks like he's just going to call.
Call, right.
Thank you.
And G. Webster getting out of the way in the big blind here will be heads up at the flop. Dennis in position, but Remy with the better hand. Dennis has almost half the chips in play.
And Dennis has got the gutter. Remy's got the middle pair with a ace kicker.
Remy checking it over here.
Dennis quickly checks back.
Check back.
Dennis picks up a little bit more equity with a 9. But Remy's still way ahead. This might be a small pot. These guys are pretty cautious.
Oh, two
yeah.
pair now
Yeah.
for the chip leader.
And that's going to be good. 2 running pairs, Remy.
Yeah, bad run out for a raise call situation there.
Yeah.
All those Broadway cards out there. Neither player really likes their hand all that much because it's really easy for somebody to have a 10 or
two bigger pair,
two
king
bigger
jack,
pair.
queen
Yeah,
jack.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean just
the
all the 10 combos are out there. King 10, jack 10, 9 10. I mean just.
And as we've already said, both of these players very experienced in final table situations. They're aware of what's going on there. They don't want to risk putting chips out there and getting a raise back on a board like that.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun watching them play. Like I said, it's very different than what we saw last night, but it's just as good. I mean, the strategy's different. ICM implications and all. Like they said, chips are worth more as there are less players in the tournament. Photo's making a pretty big open with the ace, a hearts, 7 of clubs.
5-handed play, any ace looks pretty good.
And G. Webster picks a big hand as well, 5-handed with a king, queen offsuit. Webster's got 560, the bet's 90. And he's just going to flash here. Jim's
Jim will
going to
get
get
out of the
away with
way.
it. Yep.
In the big blind, will be heads up to the flop here. Moto in position and with the best hand currently.
Wow, Webster
King
picks
high
up top
flop.
pair, yep.
Webster takes the lead.
Jim is out of the hand, so ignore that part of it. Moto flopped middle pair with a 7. He's got ace 7 on a king 7-6 board. He's probably going to fire out here.
And he does so. 75,000 is the bet.
Pot's 340, the SPR
sorry,
right now.
80,000.
Yep. He's got almost 500,000. I'd like to see he can call here and get all his chips in on the turn. Because this will get the pot up to over 400, leaving him a little bit less than. Oh, he's all in.
He's going to move all in now.
Yeah, that's the time to do it.
490.
Evans Dealing, one of my favorite dealers here at Champions.
Another one of the best.
Mm-hmm. My last couple of months have been a blast here in Houston. Get to know some of these people, the dealers, the players, going out to eat, just hanging out.
Yeah, definitely a very friendly group.
Guys-
We all know each other well, like to hang out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the weather to turn so I can play some disc golf. I mean, that's tough as you guys. I might die right now.
We've been out there sweating it out.
Yeah. In the dark, too, I remember.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Oh, he called?
He did make the call, and Webster looking to hold up here to double through.
Mm-hmm.
Moto will still have
Almost
almost 600,000.
yeah.
You can afford to lose it, but obviously you don't want to lose it.
Moto's been patient and chipped up, but this would be a big loss if he loses. Oh,
No,
my
an
goodness.
ace on the turn. Terrible news.
Yeah.
G. Webster.
I think that's it for G. Webster. He can catch a king
Needs
or a queen. King, just a king only,
King
yeah.
alone.
And
It's
that's
not coming
it.
this time.
Webster
Wow.
played a good tournament.
Made the right move, got the money in good, but unfortunately got caught up on the turn, and he's going to be eliminated now in 5th place. He'll take home over $2,000 today, $21.60 to be exact. And a nice run in the monster stack.
Right.
I think it was Romaine over.
Came into the final table
Pretty short,
pretty short
right?
on chips. Yeah, he was 3rd shortest stack, so managed to make a couple of money jumps and got the money in good. That's all you can do.
I love that picture of our chips to the right there with the trophy for the main event.
How long are these levels now?
Half hour.
You're still half hour? They didn't go.
Yep, half hour all the way through.
Yeah, the blind levels are half an hour. Blinds are 2040.
2040 right now.
So at
Does the
over 2 million, you're looking at over 50 bigs.
ante go down at any point?
No.
Yeah, the average stack now 41 big blinds, 1.6 million.
So there's still more than enough play. Yeah, Remy's sitting like at
I think at 3 people in all,
850.
then we go to half ante.
Getting
Moto's
a
opening,
raise
yeah.
here for Moto with ace high, 80,000. Four-handed. Any ace is a strong hand. Going to take it down right there.
I wonder who's crackling there, Jim.
Yeah, he's got his jacket on over his microphone.
All right. I remember when we first started this stream with those lights, it was very hot in there, and our engineering team put in another HVAC. Now it can be cool in there.
Well, in a big room like this, as most poker players know, it's either going to be too cold or too hot. There's really no in between. And it's better to
Right.
be too cold and put a jacket on than to be too hot in Texas.
No kidding. No, they've done a great job. The whole staff, it was just fun to watch them just get ready for this big tournament this weekend. We've got stations to register people outside. Guys, there's no wait. Don't worry about big crowds. We can handle it. We have the best tournament team in the country here. So just come on here. We'll make it as painless as possible and get you on the felt.
Folds around to the blinds here. Our big stack, Dennis, is going to make a raise with 8-5 of hearts here. Moto waking up with pocket sevens.
I'm just going to flat.
Just flatting here.
Again, the cards are connected. We could see some fireworks. Oh, wow.
Top set for Dennis. What a flop. Or not
For Moto.
For
Yeah.
Moto, rather. Sorry. What a flop.
But we catch a 6 or something here. We could. Oh, check.
Check.
Good check back.
Yeah.
And it looks like Moto's got Dennis drawn dead. So
Yeah, gets Dennis to fire out here on the turn. Probably wouldn't have been able to get any chips out of him if he hadn't checked back. So it worked out really well. 150,000 is the bet. Moto's trying to think of a way to get as many chips into the middle as he can.
400, he said?
He did say 400,000. Making
And
a raise here. Unfortunately,
not gonna
Dennis
get much,
doesn't
yeah.
actually have any of this.
All right.
I doubt he's going to relinquish any more chips.
Yep.
He gives up.
Good check back, though. Pick some extra 150,000 for
Yeah.
this effort. Now look at this. He's at 2.2. Dennis is at 2.7. They're not that far apart.
That's right. He just picked up an extra almost 4 big blinds by checking there.
Looks like Jim's got a little 500, 600, maybe 700.
Yeah, about
800?
740,
740.
something like that.
I know Remy's
guess.
about 850, so right now they're just kind of waiting each other out, see what happens. The pay jumps are going to get big now. Pay jump between second and first is huge.
Yeah. 28.30 to the next spot, then it goes to 46.20.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody's looking at that 12,290 up top.
What was second place?
77.90.
So it's 20,000 between first and second, and another 400, about 26, 27,000 four-handed. Yeah.
Dennis waking up with another suited ace here, going to raise it up to 100,000. Put the pressure on the blinds. Moto will get out of the way with 7-6. Remy with a king in the big blind may defend. King high four-handed, he may re-raise. Four-handed on the button. Dennis's range is really wide, but Remy wisely gets out of the way.
Right. So these players have given each other a lot of space.
I'm going to charge interest on those chips.
Yeah, that big blind is.
I'm going to charge interest on those chips.
I'm pointing at the screen as if I can make things happen. That happened an hour ago, but
Right.
that big blind
Right
goes
here.
to Dennis.
That was your big blind, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was your big blind you had out there.
yeah, that.
Was it?
Yeah, that's part of the pot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right.
There we go.
Nice try,
That's why
Remy.
that
Nice
was
try.
interest on if you don't hold on to them down there.
I thought my chips were already pushed towards you. My bad.
And Dennis with another ace.
It's like he's holding them out or something.
This time he's going to get out of the way.
Oh, wow. You know, it's funny. I know sometimes when I'm playing, I'm triple and I've raised 3 or 4 in a row. It's like, I don't want to raise this 5th one today. So I feel like a small
Right.
ace, yeah.
Well, the cutoff becomes the worst position.
Right.
Right. So
It's under the gun, right? I mean,
yeah, you got 3 players behind you. Well, Jim's in there with my favorite hand and not a bad flop for
Oh.
it in the big blind. Flopping a gutter. Remy with the same gutter and a better kicker is going to bet out 50,000.
Different good. He can't catch it with a 5, can he? Like Jimmy can get a 5.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, Remy with just higher cards doesn't have the gut shot.
Jim just calling here
I
has
can't
got
count to 5.
Jim calling here should make Remy a little more cautious.
Slow him down a little bit.
Yep. I think Remy's probably going to check here, see if Jim's got a barrel in him, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Remy bets here, he should be able to pick it up. Yeah, he is going to. Good play by Remy.
And he's going to overbet the pot, looks like 250,000. And that should get rid of Jim.
A lot of Jim's chips,
Yeah.
yeah. Good play, Remy. Didn't matter to have the best hand. It's very dangerous if he checks that hand back. Well, looks like I might have time to jump into the nightly. I probably won't play the round of each. I told our boss April I might be available to help if they need something. They had a tough swing yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. I could use the hour so I can play next week.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be part of this group. It's amazing. I've been a part of a couple of different bigger tournaments in Dallas, and the way you guys have run it. Not that they did a bad job in Dallas, but these guys, April and Brian and David and all you guys and Adrian have just been amazing. You're juggling these traveling dealers. You're juggling your home dealers. It's good to see.
Yeah, we feel right at home in the chaos.
Yeah.
Moto's going to raise this one up with queen six
Remy,
suited.
what are you
and Jim
doing?
waking up with a monster hand here in the small blind. Ace queen.
He's got 625, so he's got a little bit over 12 big blinds.
When you're four-handed, ace queen looks like
No, that's a
three
monster.
aces already.
Unfortunately, ace queen looks big to me all the time. Playoffs, forehand. He's going to raise it.
Big 3-bet to 270,000.
All right. That should pick that up. Yep.
Yeah.
Pookie picking up some chips. Joel in the chat is giving Romaine some love. Thank you guys for watching some afternoon poker with us. This has been a lot of fun, this tournament. We've walked the floor a lot lately and just watching everybody play. It's been exciting. Nice to see everybody here.
It feels weird to be in the truck this early in the afternoon. I'm expecting it to be dark when I go outside.
Right.
Remy and Jim getting some bad cards here. Folds around to the blinds. Dennis with not a great hand either, and I think
Moto
that might
gets a
be the
walk.
first walk of the final table, hand 38.
We need sound effects.
Boing.
Walk like a man. The chat saying we do not need sound effects. Anybody in chat planning to come play this week? Bueller?
Well, you got to give them at least 3 seconds.
I know. That was too quick.
They have to go all the way up into space and then back down to their computer.
Right. I loaded that joke a little too fast.
Still buffering.
Yeah.
Dennis with the suited Brunson on the button here. Lay it down.
How much you playing?
We no walk here.
No, sir. Ace 9 looks like gold when your head's up.
Calling.
Yeah. Jams it all in.
Oh.
And Remy waking up with a king here, but he's going to get out of the way. Well, if it was king 8 of clubs, they were both clubs. Might have got a call. I don't know. That's a lot of chips. It's got $1 million there.
There's a lot of chips, and also, like I said, the prize pool from 4th to 3rd is pretty big.
Right. Every one of those chips is worth quite a bit of money now.
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Do you have that?
I had one of those.
Dennis folding the ace deuce again. He's definitely slowed down on the aggression. Moto will raise it up here with king jack. Makes it 90,000, and Jim's going to lay down 9-8. So Moto will pick up another set of blinds nannies as his stack continues to grow.
Pretty big. They said he came in and was patient, picked up his queens and the kings. Again, big hand, king jack of clubs.
Again, king jack back to back. This time suited. And making it 90,000.
We talked about the dirty diaper earlier. So, Dan, what's been your best tournament run?
Coming back to
I chopped a horse tournament in Choctaw one time.
Okay.
It was multi-way chop, but that's probably the best one.
Was that the one with TJ?
Yeah. I don't play a whole lot of tournament poker.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've had a couple of wins in like local tournaments
Right.
where it was just 3-4 tables, whatever. Yeah, that was probably my best one. I haven't played any really big tournaments.
I was first place in the ICM chop in Shuffle 214 on one of their 100Ks, and that was a blast.
Nice.
That was my first one. I was shocked how nervous I was going into the second day. And I played a lot of, like you said, a lot of the smaller tournaments. These deep runs are fun.
Yeah, mostly when I'm around big tournaments, I'm running them or dealing them. It's
right.
pretty rare that I play in the bigger ones. Yeah, big fields. Jim raises this one up to 100,000 here with pocket sevens and gets a call from Moto, and Moto is going to flop top pair. Tough spot here for Jim. He gets checked to him, and he's going to bet 150,000.
Jim made some good runs this year at the WSOP on the senior event. He cashed in the senior event. He played a lot of the the Win senior event, Venetian senior events.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a heck of a tournament player.
There he is.
See him in the money a lot, at the final table a lot. Another check here. Jim's going to jam it all in.
He
with
might be a
the
little trouble
sevens.
here, yeah.
And unfortunately for him, I don't think Moto is going to be able to lay this down. Top
No.
pair, four-handed.
And
with
the
all
queen's
the
a good
chips.
queen's a big card there for even if he's got a big king that he can get this,
Right.
Might be a little more worried if that's a smaller card. I guess I'm not going to brag on people.
He can call here and still have over 1.5 million, like 1.6 million in chips. Be really tough for him to lay this down. Which means Jim will likely need some help here.
Why so much?
Not an easy call either, though. Hadn't seen Jim do too much today. Jim did open. Jim does have all the kings, the bigger kings, king, queen, king, ace. But he calls.
But he does make the call, and Jim's going to get the bad news.
7 and only a 7. Good tournament for Jim, but that was
not a 7
yeah.
this time.
I think Jim's thinking right there is there's a king, queen of clubs. There's a lot of flush draws right there. A lot of flush Broadway draw combos. So he's trying to get the pressure there.
For sure.
But he just picked the wrong spot.
Yeah, I don't hate the move there. Just ran into it that time. But he's going to be taking home over $2,800 today for
Not
his
bad.
efforts.
30 more minutes.
Usually they reassign us, but it's okay. I don't. Hi, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's see here.
The
We're just
reason
trying to
it's so
count.
much is because he only had 9 big blinds left.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. I got to take my mic off, right?
Looks like Moto might be our new chip leader. It's really close. So I don't know those green stacks from those green stacks looks right.
Yeah, he's got a lot of chips now. And now we have 3. And that's where the real big pay jumps start to take place. 46.20 for third place, 77.90 for second, and first place in this event, $12,290. Moto waking up with a king high here is going to raise it in the small blind to 120. Remy with a connector. 7-6. Going to defend. He heads up to the flop. Nobody hits the flop here. Moto's still ahead with king high. See if he keeps up the aggression. Reaching for chips.
It looks like you will.
$1.05. The price of freedom.
And picks up a nice little pot.
Whittling away at the shorter stack.
No talk of chop yet, but if they get rid of Remy, they might start thinking about it. That's 18,000, isn't it? Or almost 20,000 in the first two spots.
Yep. Yep. Close to 20. A little over 20, actually.
Yeah.
About 15,000 left in the prize pool
Right.
here.
And this is the first, man, they got a lot of bullets to fire for the rest of the weeks.
That's right.
Yeah. Not that I'm encouraging chops. I like it when they play it out.
But it's definitely on their minds, especially the two larger stacks, looking at how relatively close they are in stack sizing.
I do like the difference there between how big those stacks are between Moto and Remy.
Just gives you a visual representation of what's going on for sure.
Right.
Remy's going to defend here with 8-5 suited. Turns out to be the best hand. These guys are making a straight together. Again, very coordinated cards. We could see a clash here if the board matches up with either of these guys. And not really. Pair of sixes for Dennis. Remy's going to fire out 50,000. And Dennis makes the call with bottom pair. Ace comes off. Hard for Remy to represent an ace or a king having just limped in the small blind three-handed.
Right.
He could easily have a 10. And he's going to keep the aggression up here, making another bet. Putting the pressure on the big stacks. Usually goes the other way around.
But also, in a way, they're unbluffable, right? When he makes that bet, he's only got 300,000 left. You know, Dennis can't bluff him off that hand if he's got anything.
If he's got anything, that's exactly right. Keeping the aggression up, typically the right move when you're short-handed. And Remy's got a lot of experience, and it's showing.
Is this the biggest tournament they've had here so far?
No, they have a 50K that I think the first time went up to like 80,000.
Oh, really?
So the one coming up is going to be the biggest, but it's going to be topped up the next week.
I think Dennis is a lodge regular, so they play a lot of tournaments over there. So we're going to start putting some big old tournaments here at Champions Club Texas. This will not be the last one.
No, it will not.
Dennis is probably pretty impressed with the way it's run.
Yeah, the whole team here, as you've mentioned a bunch of times, are a lot of people that used to work the WSOP circuit, really a tournament-heavy focus. Oh, there's Jen with some racks. Looks like she'll be getting rid of some of those pink chips here coming up.
Yeah. She might need more than those 2 racks, though. At least for the first 2.
Right. Dennis limps in here with Jack 8 and gets a raise from Moto, and look at this re-raise.
Like that play.
With almost no thought, just jamming out a $500,000 chips there. 550,000 now is the total. Moto made it 175.
Now they're playing some poker, as they say.
I'm really surprised at this, actually, with the two big stacks are clashing like this with
Remy's just sitting there loving this.
Not,
Like,
not
call.
Yeah, these are not the hands that I would expect this to happen with. But, yeah, like you said, they're playing some poker. I like it.
Remy's thinking in his head, I hope they got aces and kings.
Yeah,
Hope they got aces and
exactly.
kings.
Yeah, please. Please show me a cooler.
Yeah.
I was praying to hear all in and call.
You wouldn't have wanted that. Are you buying them up? Is that,
Oh, I think I called.
we're just calling them up? Period? Okay, no problem.
Moto with a suited queen 7 here as Dennis folds. Decision to make in the small blind. He's just going to call. Leave it up to Remy here with queen 10 checking back.
All right. Queen could set up some fireworks here.
And there's a queen in the window.
Through two spades. Oh, wow.
2 spades out there. Remy with the queen of spades and the better kicker. Has a chance here to get some chips off of Moto. And Moto's going to lead out. Looks like 75,000 or 70,000. 65 is the bet.
That one right there looks like, there it is.
Looks like he's setting his chips up for a jam.
He's going to raise it up to 200,000, which is just under a third of his stack.
All in?
And Moto moves all in. No surprise there with top
Right.
pair heads up.
I think Remy's already committed so many of his chips here. He's got, well, I mean, he's got 400,000, almost 500,000, 2 to 1. A little better than 2 to 1.
I think this is what he was hoping for, but now that he's got it, he's got to give it some thought.
Yeah.
And he does
Good
make
call.
the call. Remy looking to be in good shape here to double up. But we've seen
Moto's been in this position
stranger
before.
things
Yeah.
happen. I mean, Moto does
7
have a
o'clock.
live card here. Got backdoor straight outs.
How much you got?
A red 6 or 8 would be a scary card.
That's not.
But a red deuce is a really good news for Remy. Just needs to fade a 7 now on the river. And he will double up through Moto.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The 7 of clubs, and that is
Yeah.
going to do it for Remy.
Oh, that hurt.
What another cooler here.
Moto's
And now
gotten
we're
out a
heads
couple.
up.
Exactly what was that. I was just hoping it was not draw. All right. Good luck, guys.
Well, Remy picks up, what, 4,000 for his troubles today?
46-20.
Yeah, 46-20.
Obviously, that's not what he was looking for,
No.
but what a great run for Remy.
But it's not the way I wanted
We'll
to see
see
that
him
hand
again.
go.
We see him
Can we pause
on
it
a lot of
so
final
we can
tables.
adjust the seats and also you want to
And we're going to pause quickly here while they move the heads-up players into seats across the table from each other. So I think we're going to have a couple of minutes to discuss a few things. Min, 77.90 for second, 12,290 for first place.
to consider doing the same chart?
Let's see, 2, 7.
I'm guessing that Moto's going to have a substantial lead at this point. I
Right,
think he's
looks
gonna-
like.
Hopefully they'll put the chip counts up. in a moment here. But you can see the schedule here for this week.
Well, we can look at it if you want to let them run the numbers.
Today we got that 150K guaranteed going. Flight B of that tomorrow.
Round of each starts in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, round of each. If you're here in town, that's going to be a great tournament, a lot of fun. And then the nightly events, 7 o'clock every night. We're doing a nightly for 150. And those tournaments do qualify for the Tournament of Champions free roll. If you cash in a couple of those $150 nightlies, you have a good shot at getting a seat in that free roll. $25,000 free roll, first place $10K. Can you imagine cashing a couple of 150 tournaments and then
You win
all
like
of a sudden
2,000, 3,000, then win another
10K?
10,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
I'm gonna play a couple of those nightlies. I might play the ROE tonight. You know, we got to make a deal. One of us makes it. We got to find a partner for the commentary.
That's right.
We'll be rooting for each other for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to play that ROE. I'm thinking about getting in there tonight, but
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I got to be up early tomorrow. I got to make
And
it
last
drive.
night the horse went to 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a good structure. Mine's made some good structures.
Well, a limit game with lots of split games
Yeah.
is going to last a
little
lot longer
different
than a.
This could go quick, right?
Yeah, this,
follow it.
this could be over at 7 o'clock. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's
No,
going to
no,
be a great structure,
yeah.
and it's going to go at least until midnight. So,
But there's some aggressive
Yeah.
players around.
for sure.
Again, we have a couple promotions right now. We do have an hour free time for every tournament you enter, as long as you play that same day. That's the important part. But we had good cash games last night. I walked out and we had a 5-10 and 2-1-3s. I know we had some. What's today? What's today?
Today is Thursday the 21st.
Yeah, I saw Bobby Jones there, so we might be able to squeeze a 5-10 out. Some of the 5-10 players. I know we'll have some 5-10 tomorrow. We have 1-3 going right now. Those rooms are very comfortable. 119 is a great price.
Looks like Jen's going to help color up some of these chips here. I see they're bringing out the beautiful $100,000 chips, or
Oh, we're gonna need some?
100,000
Okay.
Yeah, right now we got a
chips.
1-3 round of each in cash and a 1-3 with a hand of PLO per orbit. Right down your alley.
I do like PLO.
This is 2.5. This is 1, 2.5. Okay. That's 2. 1.5.
Chip count, looks like you were talking about 75 bigs versus 55 bigs.
Yeah, Moto up there, close to 4 million now. As you see the blue and white 100K chips coming out.
Were they looking at ICM, you said?
We agreed to run the numbers, the ICM chop.
Okay, so you guys
Well, there's your answer to that.
Yeah.
take a picture, like whatever you guys do with your stuff, but we have to have a first place winner. The first place is going to set the points. That guy has to have the points, right? Let me read exactly what he said to me. This way we know for sure, that way.
What time is it now? Have a clock here?
It is right now 4:04.
4:04.
Taking a little look at the statistics for the players up till now. Moto,
Chop this and jump into 150K.
high
Maybe.
VPIP there.
4 o'clock. What, did it start at 11?
11. So
And
when is the
players-
registration
okay, so
close?
this is the deal. If you guys make the deal, the chip leader, okay, must take first the picture for first and get the trophy for first and get the points for first. So no matter what kind of deal you get, whoever the chip
Whatever,
leader-
whatever.
okay?
Yeah. They're just talking about we need a first place
So
for
will
our
somebody run
tournament
the numbers?
leaderboard.
Right, you can't chop up the points for the Tournament of Champions, so whoever
The fourth
is
time.
declared the winner will get those points, which is fair.
I just ran the numbers. It looks like it's almost an even chop at this point with ICM. It's 10,400 for first and 96.75 according to my calculator. Of course, things might be a little bit different.
Yeah, there are different
Yeah.
Methods on that ICM, but it's going to be pretty close to
Pretty
that.
close to that because they're relatively close. It looks like a lot, 383 versus 276. But the way ICM works is you're guaranteed that 77.90. Then you
It's
split
open for 6
everything else
hours,
up.
so it's
Right,
11.
and both of these guys have enough tournament experience that they know that chip league
Yeah,
can
no,
swap
no.
real easily. In
One hand, yeah. So.
It
So
was 6 hours yesterday, wasn't it? Plus you got the
And it's
break.
not
was
bad.
7 hours.
Almost 10,000 for
So
each
you
room
got
is
the
not
breaks
a
also,
bad
so-
payday.
no,
You got an hour and a half, 2 hours probably.
What else?
And it sounds like they're both interested in playing the tournament that's going right now. Registration's still open, actually, in the 11 a.m. tournament, the 150K guarantee.
That's good, because if they're playing round of each, I'm feeling less likely to want to play round of each.
Right.
Two of them play.
Reasonable.
But we have the PKO tournament Sunday looks like a lot of fun. That's one of the progressive knockouts.
Yeah, I've never played one of those, but I like the idea of it. It's pretty cool.
Listen, we do have a stream Sunday, I believe, but so all the streams are all the cool tournaments. You know, the horse tournament. I can play Hold'em anytime.
Right.
The main event, I'm actually I was talking to Brian. Brian thinks the main event's will be well over $1 million guarantee. Right now, we do just guarantee the 750. I mean, we don't guarantee $1 million, but it should be over $1 million. And all the tournaments are doing well, so it would not surprise me.
Yeah, it's only day 2, and we're already having a great series here at Champions Club. This tournament that you're watching right now is guaranteed $25,000, but they played for over $42,000.
Right.
3.8885.
And
the main event, that's going to be a long stream, Dan. We might be we need to bring some water, some supplies.
we might have to do shifts.
Yeah.
Bring a cot, take some naps.
The structure's going to be really good.
Yeah. And there's a look at the streaming schedule that we got going on. Tomorrow, 1-3 cash game, 7 p.m. Should be a super fun lineup. We got a couple of our regulars. We've got some new faces coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the final table of that 150K guarantee will be Sunday. And that'll be a late one, too. That's,
right.
That's going to start late, and it's going to go long. But it's going to be a fun one. And Monday night, cash game again, 5-10 this time, 7 p.m. And we've got some great 5-10 players here at Champions Club.
Really
and
do.
It's always a good stream. And
with some of the players from out of town, it's going to be very interesting,
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's super quality players here. And then we've got some, big guns coming from out of town because of the series. It's going to be great.
It was also like last night. I mean, Matt held his own against those players. He did a good job, one of our Houston players.
Yeah.
He survived the trick time stare.
He was activated at least once.
Yeah, at least once. Amar did a great job. Amar won that big pot against Jay Wynn with the Queens versus Ace King.
Amir, yeah.
Amir, excuse me, yeah. We got to have a little fun with Dragic, the Dragon Magic Man.
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't watch that stream last night, check it out.
Yeah.
It was a
blast.
It was a banger right out of the gate.
And they played overtime. We played 6 hours. We streamed for 6 hours.
And well worth it, as we got a
absolutely
$22,000 pot
towards the end.
That sixth hour.
Yeah, we did. It's been a lot of fun. We already have 1,700 viewers from yesterday, which is one of our better streams, especially. Ed has done a good job. Eddie's done a great job putting together these lineups. We're here for you guys. If you're interested in playing, you get the information in the YouTube description. If you're in the room, if you see me, Dan, or Ed, just give us your information, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Definitely.
And then, or play really good and get a final table tournament. We'll get you on the stream that way, too.
Using 10% or 12.5% for payouts?
12.5 for the multi.
Let's see if they decided to make a deal here.
Jen's running the numbers for them. We also have a lot of satellites for that $1,300 main event for the $750,000 guarantee. First place will be in 6 figures, I believe, right?
I would think so, yeah.
For sure. So feel free. You see some of the satellites. We have a couple of satellites, turbo satellites on the next, at night for $135. We have a satellite for $250. Lots of different ways to get in. We have the Omaha Sweats, right, for $150 to get you a shot at that. Lots of different ways to earn your seat and possibly parlay it up to 6 figures.
Yeah, those turbos start tonight at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we have some mega satellites starting next week on Monday, 7 o'clock. 135 buy-in, win your seat into the $1,300 main. It does sound like they're talking about ICM Chop here.
Some of these cash streams might be changed if we get some bigger lineups. Ed was talking about it, but the tournament streams are pretty much locked in stone. Looks like they agreed to it.
I believe they have agreed to a chop. I see them shaking hands. So I didn't hear the numbers, but your numbers are probably going to be pretty close to what we're talking about,
about
here.
10,000
A
each,
little over
yeah.
10,000 for one, 9,000 something for the other spot. And I like the chop.
Yeah,
Like
these
you
guys are
said.
pros. They're going to play more. They're booked for the weekend. There's a lot of tournaments to be played. Like you said, they want to maybe late reg for the 150K or jump in the round of each, however they feel. We have a lot of tournaments this week, and you can't beat it. You play your tournament, you go upstairs, you grab some great food from Connie, or you go upstairs, take a nap, come down, play another tournament.
That's right. Well, if you're out there watching, we do appreciate you sticking around. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. Come on back tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. for the 1-3 No Limit Hold'em cash game. These cash games are always fun to watch. The 1-3s play so big here. It's so fun. Players like to play super deep.
I heard some rumors of some fun action players tomorrow. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, we got one of our favorite locals, HV, will be on the stream, I believe, tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, we've got some other surprises.
Every once in a while, James Duke might just wander in the room and try to buy in.
We're definitely going to hear him. Even if we don't see him, we're going to hear him. We love James Duke around here. He's old blue hair. He's a lot of fun.
We're not the only ones that love him. It seems like all the players love him too.
Oh, yeah. Universally liked.
He made a big play last night that didn't pay off, but it was a big play that almost worked.
One of the highlights of the stream, in my opinion. It was, yeah.
On the hand that you folded to me, where you bet 150 and I bet 500.
Yeah, the answer is I didn't have crap. That's the answer.
And there's your final answer there for
really
the
close to what I said, yeah.
Yeah. So Dennis will be taking 96.41, and Moto will be taking 10,439. And that nice trophy that you see there on the left-hand side there behind Dennis.
And Alicia will be taking pictures from 8131 Media, so you guys can check online and see the pictures of the winners. Chip count, not too bad. Glad both these players are very happy with their paydays. That's what it looks like they're setting up for right now. Moto's going to get the picture. Let's get the ugly tray put up. Not too bad.
Well, an early night for us, man. What a rarity.
Yeah, I know.
From
Thank you,
Champions
guys.
Club in Houston, this is Dan Fouts and Min Win. Come on back tomorrow night.